What's up, y'all?
Hey.
Y'all know what it is. It's a Real Tea Show.
Hmm.
Here we have Donnie, and there we have Shorty.
Yeah.
And today's topic, well, this video's topic, is sent from us from Demetrius Coleman. Again, my opposite.
Yeah. Bring the damn topic.
Okay, bitch.
Okay.
I'm not gonna be nasty.
Be
Which
nasty.
relationship? Y'all heard that on camera. She said be nasty. Okay.
Don't be nasty. I don't give a fuck. Hey. Okay.
Well, this is what was said. So look, don't be don't be mad. This is what you said. Which relationship do you think lasts longer? One that's out and about with letting everyone know your business but listening to your heart for your decisions, or one that stays behind closed doors? Which one do you think? Examples, I know.
You know. Okay.
Uh-uh.
So, when it comes to relationships, I don't think one is more better than the other, especially comparing your relationship to someone else's relationship. All I can say is that um, relationships are formed between two people, and everybody is accountable for what it is that they contribute to the relationship.
Yeah.
So, me per se reflecting on my relationship, if my relationship didn't work out, it was nothing that Donnie could have done or anybody else for that matter that would have substantiated, like, left a life longer in my relationship than me. It was me to choose to whether stay in a relationship or leave.
Because at the end of the day, I think a lot of times that we allow other people in our relationships, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I think the bad thing starts when you allow them their opinions to determine your decision, which is never a good thing. Because at the end of the day, you'll have to look at the person in the mirror and understand what you decided to do. You don't have to look back. It won't make any sense for you to look over the person like, well, bitch, you told me it's not really gonna matter because at the end of the day, bitch, they're happy.
And
You're
you
the one
regret
sitting
it.
there without your man because you decided to listen to the bitch that said, girl, break up with that bitch. Break up with that bitch.
And then at the end of the day, if somebody give you some advice, it's one thing to know whether you're being judged or you just don't simply want to hear what the fuck somebody got to say. Don't ask a person their opinion if you don't honestly want it. Like, that's your relationship. You the only person fucking them. Nobody really cares whether y'all stay or go. It's just gonna be the talk, regardless of who you are or what relationships you are. If it's in a public display, somebody's gonna always have something to comment, discuss, or say about it. It's just what they say affects your relationship. Now, if you allow every thought or process or every conversation that's entered about your relationship to ultimately end your relationship, that's your choice because nobody should have been able to break your bond but you or the person you're in a relationship with.
Because at the end of the day, that relationship exists between you and him, or her, or whatever the fuck they identify as. Between you and that person, like, no one else can. If you allow, the only people that can enter that relationship are the ones that you invite through the front door. Because there's no back door into no relationship. Unless you're about them, then there's a back door. But otherwise than that, then bitch, no. Like, you have to understand that people are only allowed to go as far as you let them. So it's okay to allow people to give their opinions, of course, because everyone, it's great to take advice from people who've experienced different things in their own relationships because you could take from that and think about that in terms of your relationship, but don't apply it to your relationship. Just think about it, and people can help your decision, but they should not make your decision. For example, like Shruti said, if someone knows the difference between when you're being judged and when you're hearing some shit that you just don't want to accept. Because there's really a big difference between the two, and we just gotta learn that just bitch that shit that you're not willing to hear, that's the shit you need to listen to.
And you need a perfect balance between privacy and publicity. Like, it's okay to be private and keep intimate details in your relationship between you and your mate. Um, I think it's very great to not expose very vulnerable conversations or interactions between you and your mate to a circle of friends or whatever because that's intimate. Some things form the bond of a relationship just respecting each other boundaries and comfort zones with sharing secrets. But that publicity as being a couple is what it is when it's the interaction and going out on dates and people seeing y'all together in the PDA. Like, I mean, you have to find a perfect common balance between the two because I don't know no relationship that I ever had where I didn't experience being private with certain things and public with certain things. So you have to determine what that looks like.
So ultimately, you're the reason. I think like when it comes to relationships, that are not as open, I don't think they last very long because you're pretty much going based off how like I feel like in order for something to grow, it needs to grow from not just it's not one root to like a tree. I feel like when you look at roots, it comes from a lot of it's not just one root, it's branches of roots and it grows into this tree. So I feel like when you're starting a relationship as a seed, it has to grow out, and you can't grow when it's just you're not even sure about if this nigga is open or not. If this because if he feel like bitch, if he just is secretive with me and we just doing the shit on the low, what the fuck else is he doing on the low? Like,
Yeah.
and it can't be secret because if this nigga I just keep saying nigga. But if this nigga or bitch just so happen to be around some other niggas or bitches and they start flirting, what you gonna do? You gonna sit there? Cause you know y'all on the low low. Nobody know y'all going together. What you about to do? You about to say something? Oh, why you flirting with him? Why you mad? Then what you gonna have to say? So for the past 7 months, me and him been talking, and I don't feel like you should. Then there's no point in keeping the privacy because what's in the dark will come to the light, baby doll, and you'll gag when it comes there because you don't know how it's coming.
So make your relationship work for you, however that shall be. Is no right or wrong way to be in a relationship, but just avoid regretting after your relationship is over to blame somebody else for what went wrong in your relationship because only you have the power to prevent forest fires.
Bitch, you the motherfucking bear.
Hmm.
And that forest fire start, bitch. Police locking your ass up. You started it.
So like, share, comment, and
Concerns.
thanks again, Demetrius Coleman, for the wonderful topic.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you guys later.